First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Solo left Zion.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Hey. Ready. Ready, team. 20, TX.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Play action. Now it's Tua. His throw incomplete.
Intended for Johnny Wilson. Incomplete. Tariq Woolen on the coverage.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Get set. Ready, team. Out.
On play action, here's Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That's good.
A big play that time on a catch and run. 31 yards.
29-yard line.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And again, it's Tagovailoa. That's caught. It's Dante Thornton. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The Dolphins 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. And snapped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. The defense was dialed into the pass. They overlooked the draw play.
And how often do we talk about the oldies are still goodies? Because that draw play comes straight from Coach Paul Brown's playbook, going all the way back to the original Cleveland Browns.
Solo left side. It's safe. Go ahead. What? Ready, team. Out.
Looking to pass. Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. but instead that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release.
Ready.
HN is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He completes this to Walker. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. Now he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line.
Hey, middle.
Up the middle, here's Walker. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
7-7, our score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
3rd and 12. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Santos' kick is up and through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 48 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 26-yard line.
All right, go ahead, go. Ready.
Now Tua. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
On the Seahawks 36-yard line.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a third and long.
It's now third down.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Yeah, ready. Ready, team. Watson, Oscar.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up. They're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Second down and a yard.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
93 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Jackson. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 14. First down, Seahawks.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Over the middle, he finds Arroyo.
And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 more yards there and another first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now it's Jackson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. This is caught. Touchdown. Elijah Arroyo. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
But this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. but so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
2nd and 10.
All right, come on.
Tua going to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, 21, here.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. This one thrown underneath to H2H. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Ready. Ready, team. 21G, 21G.
Tua to throw again. Just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
17. Dolphins 10. Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Watch it, Oscar.
From the gun, it's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Ready. Ready, team. Let's go.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Pulled in at the 24. And touchdown, Seattle. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went into the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Now the point after try for Santos. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Seahawks 24, Dolphins 10. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready, shot. Ready, team. Hey, 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 hey. Ready.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Ready. Ready, team.
Right back to H2H on second down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's H2H.
So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
No gain on the play.
An audible here to get a new look.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, ready. Corner, long. Ready.
Here's Tua. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10.
Go ahead.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Gunnar Helm, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And he's across for 2 points. Boy, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works. And they get the 2 instead of 1.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because this is something I thought would be out the game by now. But sometimes these head coaches and special teams coordinators, they just can't help themselves. It's a fake extra point. But sure enough, it winds up working out for 2 points.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
And, oh, boy, nobody wants to see this. That's the running back, Kenneth Walker, who appears to be injured.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready. Get up.
Up the middle they go. Woodward. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
You turned it.
Jackson. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The pickup there, 5 yards.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Now Jackson. He finds Smith and Jigba. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
To throw is Jackson. He'll try and do this himself. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Jackson and the rest of the offense staying put. They will go for it on 4th.
13.
Here's Jackson to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the fourth down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Reek Woolen in on the stop.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Ready. Ready, team, fight!
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd and 9.
Get safe. Go ahead. Ready, team, fight! Hey, 21, TX.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. So the completion good for 7 there. And now that sets out 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Go!
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
20, TX. Scat. Ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
21G, 21G. Hey, get set. Let's go. Ready, team, protect. 20, TX.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here's 2nd down.
Turbo 1, high. Go ahead. Hey. Ready, team.
Tua. Over the middle, he's got Thornton.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
Solo left Zion. Hey. Out.
Throwing Tua. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Back to the ground, H.N. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And no, they don't get it. Incomplete. And now they really have to be second-guessing themselves. Could have had the lead here in the 4th. Instead, we stay tied. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This is 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Well, that answers the question in my head. They're going to go for the win right now.
I think you're absolutely right. They're not content with going to OT. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Here comes 2nd down. Jackson. And he's got a man. Downfield is Horton. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Jackson. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
What a call right there. That is so well executed offensively. A massive play in this game. And now all of a sudden, they are in field goal range. And with a chance to walk out of here winners.
And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there. So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here in overtime. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistle dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line.
Jackson. Over the middle, he finds Arroyo. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a gain of 7.
I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. They picked up a first down and a whole lot more. Forget about just looking for the sticks. They went well beyond the stick.
I know they were talking about guarding the sticks on defense. They didn't guard them very well. They got a big-time completion on a 3rd down. That's almost a backbreaker, isn't it? In overtime, every play's importance is magnified. And that one could turn out to be huge.
On first down, Woodward. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing, Jackson. Jackson going to keep it. And this is a touchdown. Now, it's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. And this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that
They got his man complete.
And how about that? In a game that's had just about everything, how's that for an answer? Remember, in the past, this game would be over already. But that's a huge play there to give them a fighting chance to go down and possibly tie this game.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tua to throw.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Tagovailoa.
Quick hitch, complete. It's Wilson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Now Tua.
Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
Oh, the trip home, so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So for the Seahawks, it's an early road victory as they move to 2-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.